Ireland's Six Nations confidence wavers as Shane Horgan sounds warning. While France embrace ruthless renewal, Ireland head into the upcoming Six Nations with an unfamiliar feeling hovering over the camp. Doubt. Former Ireland winger Shane Horgan has admitted that confidence levels within Irish rugby circles are low, following a bruising Autumn Nations series that saw Andy Farrell's side fall short against both South Africa and New Zealand. Just 2.5 years after Ireland were widely regarded as one of the most complete teams in world rugby and favorites for the 2023 Rugby World Cup, questions are now being asked about whether this iteration of the Emerald Isle can realistically challenge for Six Nations honors. The mood marks a significant shift. Ireland were once the benchmark for cohesion, clarity, and consistency. Now, as the tournament opener looms, uncertainty rather than expectation defines the conversation. This isn't the Irish team of a couple of years ago speaking on the good, the bad, and the rugby podcast. Horgan delivered a candid assessment of where Irish rugby currently stands and why the optimism that once surrounded the team has noticeably faded. Not everyone has the depth of squad like France or indeed England, Horgan explained. I suppose there's an overarching feeling that this isn't the Irish team that was there a couple of years ago. They're aging. It's a sobering observation, but one that resonates. Ireland's rise to the top of the world rankings was built on a golden generation that combined experience, durability, and tactical intelligence. Many of those players are now gone, retired, sidelined, or phased out, and the next wave has yet to impose itself with the same authority. The results back up the concern. Losses to the Springboks and All Blacks in the autumn weren't humiliations, but they exposed vulnerabilities that previously felt resolved. Ireland looked competitive, but not commanding. Structured, but no longer inevitable. The post-Sexton void still looms. Large no departure has been felt more acutely than that of Johnny Sexton. The former captain and talisman bowed out of professional rugby at the age of 37 following the 2023 World Cup, leaving behind a legacy few players in Irish history can match. For more than a decade, Sexton was Ireland's emotional compass, tactical general, and pressure sponge, often all at once. Despite careful succession planning, Ireland have yet to find a true heir. We've got this issue at 10 that we thought we were going to be in this great position a year ago, Horgan admitted. I would have said, listen, we've got 18 months out from a World Cup. We've got this new rock star 10 who's going to come in. He'll barge the other guys out of the way. Instead, that clarity has never arrived. And that hasn't panned out like that at all. We've seen all the flaws. We've got a position where we have maybe 4 10s and no clear owner of that shirt. It's an indictment that cuts deep. Ireland don't lack fly halves. They lack certainty. Prendergast versus Crowley. A defining championship. That uncertainty will be front and center when Ireland kick off their Six Nations campaign on Thursday. Sam Prendergast, just 22 years old, has been handed the starting jersey, with Jack Crowley set to make his impact from a bench. Both players are immensely talented. Both have delivered flashes of excellence. Neither, however, has yet convinced that the number 10 jersey belongs to them outright. For Prendergast, this tournament represents opportunity wrapped in pressure. Still learning the rhythms of Test rugby, he is being asked to quarterback an Irish side in transition against opponents who will test him relentlessly in defense, decision-making, and game management. Crowley, meanwhile, has already proven he can handle big moments, but consistency at the highest level remains elusive. The Six Nations may not decide Ireland's long-term fly-half future outright, but it will go a long way towards shaping it. For the first time in years, Ireland entered the tournament without a clear axis around which everything turns. Depth, development, and the Farrell balancing act. Ireland's challenge isn't limited to fly-half. Across the squad, Farrell is walking a fine line between loyalty and evolution. The previous cycle was built on cohesion. Players who knew each other's games intimately, many forged through Leinster's dominance in Europe. That model brought historic success, but also raised concerns about freshness, adaptability, and resilience when Plan A faltered. Now, with several veterans gone and others nearing the end, Ireland are being forced to regenerate in real time. Not in the comfort of a post-World Cup rebuild, but under the unforgiving glare of Six Nations competition. France and England, by contrast, have the luxury of deeper talent pools and a greater willingness to rotate ruthlessly. That contrast has never felt more stark. France take the opposite approach while Ireland grapple with continuity issues. France are embracing upheaval, and doing so unapologetically. Fabien Galthié's decision to omit Damian Penaud, Gaël Fickou, and Grégory Alldritt from his wider Six Nations squad sent shockwaves through French rugby. The trio are among the most experienced and influential players in the national setup, and their absence initially appeared baffling. Former France international Ben Kayser, however, offered insight into the thinking behind the selections. I was a bit shocked by the Damian Penaud, Gaël Fickou, and Grégory Alldritt omission from the 42-man squad, Kayser admitted. I was thinking, okay, maybe they're not going to start, but at least they're going to be part of the squad. Instead, Galthié chose a different philosophy altogether. Why is it useful for me to bring a guy if I know that he shouldn't be in a 23-man squad, to train and to be that training partner? Rather than using senior stars as glorified mentors, France are prioritizing immersion for younger players, exposing them early to Six Nations intensity so that the transition later is seamless. They don't need to gain some experience of how International Week is built. They've done that 96 or 97 times. They know that inside out. Let them rest. It's a cold calculation, but one that reflects France's confidence in their production line. Why Damian Penaud was dropped no omission sparked more debate than that of Damian Penaud, that France's all-time leading try scorer, with a remarkable strike rate of 0.68 tries per game. Penaud remains lethal when in form. He continues to combine brilliantly at club level with the likes of Louis Bielbayri and Mathieu Jalibert. On reputation alone, his exclusion seemed unthinkable. Yet Kayser believes form, not history, dictated the call. Look who are the on-form wingers in the top 14 at the moment, he explained. Gaël Fickou from Toulon is scoring tries left, right and center, fending off people, really bouncy and electric looking. Kayser also highlighted Theo Adesag, praising his all-round game. He's a Teddy Thomas with defense, with high ball capacity, and he's been killing it. For Galthié, the message is clear. Performance at club level matters, regardless of past achievements. It's a kick in the butt for him, Kayser concluded. You do not have a guaranteed spot. Two nations, two philosophies. The contrast between Ireland and France could hardly be sharper. Ireland are searching for stability after losing pillars of their golden generation. France are deliberately destabilizing success to future-proof their dominance. Neither approach is inherently right or wrong, but only one currently looks comfortable with uncertainty as the Six Nations begins. Ireland remain dangerous, proud, and well-coached. But for the first time in years, belief is no longer a given. For a side that once thrived on absolute clarity, that may be the most worrying development of all. Whether Farrell's men can rediscover their edge, or whether this tournament becomes a painful lesson in transition, will define not just the championship, but the direction of Irish rugby heading toward the next World Cup cycle. One thing is certain. The margin for error has never been thinner.